What if I told you there was something more powerful than reprogramming your subconscious mind? It's something that we hear all the time, reprogram your subconscious mind and it changes your life. I'll tell you right now that I went from a 9-to-5 job to living my dream life, living in a nice house, living in getting to travel the world, do what I love. And I didn't ever focus on reprogramming my subconscious mind. There was something even more powerful that I found, and in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what that is, and it allows you to experience things faster than ever. Welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron, and I help people expand their consciousness. Now, in this video, I'm gonna be sharing something very powerful with you, and first off, the first thing I wanna say with this process, the way that we relate to this idea of instant manifestation is going to be the kind of experience we have, our definition of it. And when we reframe it, that's when we start to experience more of it. Think of it like this: instant manifestation. All manifestation is instant. It happens in an instant. When we start to see that even if, we tell ourselves a story that, oh, I did this for 6 months and then this thing manifested, understand that that thing manifested in an instant. In our mind, we tell ourselves a story that it took 6 months for us to get to that place. So it's one of these, there's a couple different paradoxes with this as well, with this language that we use, but our language affects our mind, affects our reality, and affects what we create in our lives. There's another one where if you're, I got this from Bashar, it's if you're, you never actually have, when it comes to confidence, you're always confident in something. It's just that sometimes you might be confident in a definition that doesn't serve you. So for example, you could say, oh, I have low self-esteem. You don't really have you're not confident, and that's why you have low self-esteem. You're confident in a definition that says you have low self-esteem. So in the same way, when it comes to instant manifestation, understand it already happens. It's like transformation. If we talk about transformation, I've heard Tony Robbins say this before too. When it comes to transformation happens in an instant, but it may take a period of time before that happens. That's the story we tell ourselves. And understand the story we tell ourselves about manifestation is going to be the kind of results that we get. So the other thing with this process as well, when it comes to that of reprogramming our subconscious mind, understand as well, I didn't ever really focus specifically on reprogramming my subconscious mind. Subconscious mind is a powerful tool we can use, a powerful understanding, but this thing that I share with you is what I personally use to create my own reality. And for many of you that may have seen my journey, or maybe you've heard one of my 1,000 YouTube videos where I talk about this, but I used to work a 9-to-5 job selling women's shoes, wasn't passionate about it. I decided one day, I got up and I said, I'm gonna make videos every single day until I'm a full-time YouTuber. I decided I was going to be a full-time YouTuber, and within 6 months, my whole entire life transformed. And since that, I now travel the world. I live in a very nice house that I love being in. I can do cool stuff. I got up this morning, did a cold plunge that I have this huge freezer upstairs. It's a cold plunge. I have red light therapy. I have a sauna that's going to be here today or tomorrow that I'm going to have. And I live this lifestyle, not because I focused on reprogramming my subconscious mind. That may have been a side effect of it, but of something even more powerful that I'm going to share with you. Now, if you've seen me share this before, this is the scale of consciousness right here. This has to do with understanding different rates of vibration. What I focused on was raising my vibration in a 3-step process that allows instant manifestation easier than ever. Now understand, the way that we think, feel, and act, it's on autopilot. We're doing the same things every day, feeling the same emotions every day, and because of that, thinking the same thoughts every day, we create the same experience over and over and over again. Now, when we're in that personality, when we're in that story, we continue to create that experience over and over and over again. The key is becoming aware of it and then jumping outside of it. When I was being a 9-to-5 job person, I was thinking, feeling, and acting equal to that 9-to-5 job person. What I had to do was wake up to that identity, wake up to that story, and then decide I'm going to be a new version of me. Now, first off, let me show you this real quick, just so we understand a little bit about this, if you've never heard me share it before. And this is the scale of consciousness right here. There's a couple more emotions as well, but in general, it goes from 0 to 1,000. And we have that of the lower vibrational emotions such as shame, fear, guilt, anger, neutrality. Then there's eventually willingness, acceptance, reasoning, love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. Now, as we raise our vibration, you'll find that you have more ability to instantly manifest. Things happen easier because your vibration is higher. When we talk about that of a book that is called Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda, that's his firsthand experience of going through the enlightenment process in India, meeting many other enlightened people in his journey. And there were enlightened people that could make objects instantly appear. There were enlightened people that could bilocate, people that could implant ideas into some of their devotees' heads. These things that we would consider to be literally magic, including one of them bringing back someone from the dead that was dead for a day. Now, I know that sounds pretty out there, but if you read the book, you can see whether you feel it's authentic or not. And the book itself, by the way, using this scale, calibrates at over 600, so it implies that it is something that is in truth. Now, what happens is everything will resonate at a certain vibration. The way that in Power versus Force, it shows these different vibrations is through that of understanding muscle testing. When we test our muscles, using a certain process, what that does is that has us understand and know the truth or validity of certain things. And you could say, oh, is my vibration over 250? Is it over 350? And then if you get a no, then it's like, okay, then I'm at 350 right now. That's the idea behind this. Now, what I want to share with you and what I applied in my own life and what will allow you to instantly manifest is understanding this concept right here. When it comes to it, 400 to 500. 400 is reasoning, 500 is love. Reasoning is the mind. We do things because of reasons. We do things because logically it will get us somewhere else. We reprogram our subconscious mind because then we will experience what we want in our life. So it's a if-then type thing. I do this, I get this. That's the level of reasoning. Now, when we get out of reasoning and we get into love, the vibration of love, that's where magic begins to happen. That's where things can instantly happen. But we have to get out of the reasoning mind and out of reprogramming the subconscious mind and into the vibration of who we really are, which is love and above. Now, what this means is that we start to observe all the, I feel like, what's that guy's name? Christopher Walken or something? Observe, and we observe the things below. That's how we raise our vibration, especially from neutrality. That was a huge step for me. Going through a painful past, I remember that I identified so much with my painful past. What I ended up doing is observing those thoughts, observing the things that happened, and that neutrality took me out of the emotions. Then what happens is acceptance of what's happened, acceptance for where you are, and then reasoning is where you understand that your beliefs create your reality. It's where all science is in the 400s, and then you got that of love. Now the key is doing what you love, being that vibration. That's why I love making videos. I love sharing these ideas. And because of that, it puts me in a high vibration state. The other thing is understanding that you can get rid of the reasons that you need to do certain things, be a certain way for other people to like you. You start to observe these stories you tell yourself. You see, this is the kind of the irony of the whole situation. We have an identity. Our identity, the way we see ourselves, the way our brain is wired, we have a certain story we tell ourselves about the way reality works. And the story that we tell ourselves and the identity that we have for the way we see ourselves is on autopilot. Now understand this, our mind is a self-preservation system. It is a survival system. That's it. So we talk about reprogramming the subconscious mind. It's like, how can I survive a little bit better? But the key is actually going beyond the mind and going into being in the vibration you prefer. Let go of reasons for doing things. When you do things for an end of itself, this is like some people call this stages of enlightenment. You do things for a sake in of itself, the end of itself. That's where magic really is. So for example, I'm not making this video because if I make this video, then it helps the YouTube algorithm. It does all this other stuff. That is a side effect, just like doing certain things, doing what you love. Money might be a side effect of that. But I'm doing it more so because it's who I am. I'm up early in the morning right now. I'm getting ready to go to Sedona here in about 20 minutes when my buddy Victor gets here. But I'm making this video because it's who I am. It's part of here's the thing. There's a story we tell ourselves. There's the patterns that we have of our old identity. The more aware of it we become, the more we then begin to detach from it, because then we see it as the old identity. Then we could simply do this process of the new us being that new way. So let me write something down real quick, and I'm going to share with you the main idea that changes everything, exactly how I became successful doing what I do and loving my life. And let me share with you that exact process. It's simple. I've shared it before, but it's so powerful that I need to explain it again. So one sec. All right, so the simple process is be, do, have. Understand that at the lower levels of vibration, we're trying to have things. We're trying to survive. That's the level of consciousness that normally we're at. That is the level of consciousness where there's a painful past we may have that may make us want to get rid of it or change it. We're changing from the levels of pain. The middle levels is do. There's a level of willingness that's right at about 300 to 400. Willingness is the willpower, the desire that we have. Desire is actually 125 because desire normally comes from a yearning. And remember, if we desire it, we lack it. And then what happens is we're trying to do things to be successful. This is the mid-level, the achiever level. When I was making daily videos on YouTube and focused on my willpower, even though I was passionate about it, there were levels of hard work mentality that I had within my vibration that was causing me to have to work hard. So we have, do, be. Normally what we think is I must first do something, then I can have something, then I can be someone. Or be a certain way. Now the thing is the way reality works is it works the other way around. What we must do is we must first be it, then we can have it and do it, or do it then have it, whatever order we want. Be it is the highest level of vibration. Be it is when we're being it because it's who we are. And when we're doing things because it's who we are, or we're being away because it's who we are, that's where the most power is. Now, if you want to go beyond reprogramming the subconscious mind, and you may have clicked on this video thinking I was going to give you some habit or some process for reprogramming your subconscious mind, this is about going beyond the mind, and that's where the instant manifestation is. That's where you can reframe reality. What is the story you tell yourself about how reality works? What is the story you tell yourself about manifestation? Do things happen easily? Are things hard? Becoming aware of this story is key, and then stepping outside of it by being the way you prefer because it gets you what you want? No. You be the way you prefer because it's who you are. You get a reflection in life in who you are being. Now here's the key right here. The key is thinking, acting, and feeling. This is the old way you were thinking, acting, and feeling. You want to become the new version of you. What you do is you identify that new version of you. How would you think, feel, and act? Then what you do is you simply decide that that's who you are now. You match up your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions to that version of you without the reasoning, the rationalization that says, well, I'm not there yet. You do it because it's who you are. That's what I did with that 9-to-5 job. I may have looked around and said, well, I don't have the speaking ability to do the daily videos. I don't have the time to do. I don't have this. It's all reasoning. But instead what I did is I identified the vision for that version of me, and I simply decided that's who I am now. And within 2 or 3 weeks, a video went viral. It was some weird video where, a lot of my videos might be weird, but it was a weird video where I was talking about actually reprogramming the subconscious mind, ironically enough, and my eyes were doing this weird thing, but nonetheless, it has almost 1 million views now, but that was one of the first videos that popped on my channel, and that video really propelled my channel. Now, that was an instant manifestation from a certain perspective, but really I was being in that version of me without the reasoning of am I there yet? So being that version of you, it's like the idea of, it's not like you must first do and create art for six months, then you can eventually have your own art gallery studio, then you can be an artist. No, you must be an artist and realize that when you're being the artist, then you will naturally, as a side effect, be doing and creating art more consistently, and then you can have the art gallery studio. That's the way it works. Now that I want to scale out of just being known and doing things on YouTube, I'll be doing live events. Guess what? I'm thinking, feeling, and acting equal to the Aaron, the vision that I have of the version of me that's making and doing events, and then therefore that will be my reality. That is my reality. But not because it will get me that reality, because more so, it's a side effect of who I actually am. That's the key to this whole process. So raising your vibration is really about raising your dominant vibration. And if you haven't seen yet, there was a meditation we did on January 1st for raising our dominant vibration. It was extraordinarily powerful. There's an energy there from so many thousands of people listening to it live, plus people afterwards. There's a momentum there. So I highly encourage that you listen to the the meditation for raising your dominant vibration. I'll put it right here as an end card. Listen to that meditation for 21 days. Watch how it changes your life. So with that being said, listen to that meditation right there. You'll see it. And as always, I'll see you on the next video. Peace, much love, and namaste.